The following is a live special presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And good evening, everybody. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to maybe the last doubleheader of the year, at least the last split doubleheader of the year, as we play Game 4 between the Los Angeles Dodgers and St. Louis Cardinals in our 1985 National League Championship Series. John Tudor is going on 3 days rest, and so for the Dodgers, it's just kind of hit and hope and maybe something can happen. They lead this series 2-1. Worst case scenario, Tudor, a 28-game winner, wins again. The series is tied at 2. The Dodgers will go with their ace Fernando Valenzuela tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific here on Twitch. And the Cardinals are probably going to go, we'll look after the ball game is over, but my guess is it's going to be Bob Forsch. So a couple changes tonight as we get ready to go. Candy Maldonado will play center field for Kenny Landreau, and Enos Campbell will be in at first base for the Dodgers for the slumping Greg Brock. He will bat 8th. For the Cardinals, well, it's just such a switch hitter heavy lineup anyway. But the two changes, there's no lefties in the starting lineup for St. Louis against the lefty Royce. Terry Pendleton plays at third, and Tom Nieto is behind the plate. So, on a cool night in St. Louis, it's 70 degrees, it's clear, and the Cardinals are going to get to use John Tudor possibly 3 times. The Dodgers, even if they need to, beat everyone else, named not John Tudor, to win the pennant. So a big one here in St. Louis. Let's get to it, shall we? As Retro Sports Network presents the 1985 National League Championship Series. Oops. How you doing, John? Let's start that one again. Always helpful to have, there we go. See, the latency here is so small, I can see when I was yapping. Anyway, Retro Sports Network presents the 1985 National League Championship Series. You'd think I was a professional at this or something like that. Tonight, Game 4, live from Busch Stadium in St. Louis, Missouri, between the Los Angeles Dodgers and St. Louis Cardinals. And tonight's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. So, it will be John Tudor, the editor of Grateful Dead Monthly, puts in, I've consulted the experts, dove into the sabermetrics and checked the stars. How's Gene Rayburn doing, by the way? And have reached the conclusion, Tudor Schmuter. Actually, for Scotty, I'll read it as Vinny. I've consulted the experts, dove into the sabermetrics and checked the stars, and have reached the conclusion, Tudor Schmuter. Tudor won 28 games in the replay, 28-5 with 11 shutouts. In Game 1, he threw a 2-hit shutout in Dodger Stadium, walking 3 and striking out 6. He is 31 years old, a fastball 85, and a ground ball plus pitcher. John's back to work. Oh, I'm glad it's a nice payoff for you. So for Tudor, this is what he's after. I don't have to highlight any of these slides tonight because this series can't be won. But here's how the Dodgers line up for Game 4. Mariano Duncan, despite not playing well, still leads off at short. Candy Maldonado looks pretty happy in that picture. He'll bat second and play center field. Mike Marshall and Wright will bat third. Pedro Guerrero, who's played better in St. Louis, will clean up in left field. Bill Madlock at third will bat fifth. And as suggested by Sign Mind, Steve Sachs has moved up in the lineup to sixth. Did I not put... Mike Scioscia will bat seventh. Behind the plate, Enos Cabell is at first for the struggling Greg Brock. And he'll play at batting eighth. And Jerry Royce, the wily veteran, is on the mound batting ninth. Let me make sure I set this to the Dodgers to be on the computer. Yep. Dodgers are set for Tommy control. Defensively for the Cardinals, Vince Coleman a 5 and an 8 in left. Willie Mcgee an 8 and a 7 in center. Tino Landrum a 4 and a 4 in right. Pendleton a 9 at third. Ozzie a 9 at short. Her a 5 at second. Clark a 6 at first. Nieto a 5 and a 7. How you doing, Matt? Behind the plate, and Tudor is a 7 on the mound with a .955 fielding percentage. This is a pretty heavy Dodger crowd in the chat. Duncan actually hasn't done too badly. 4 for 12 on the series, 333, a double, and an RBI. But I think, speaking of Steeler fan, we're kind of in a situation like the Mets were in '86. You're not going to beat, the conventional wisdom is you're not beating Tudor. You got to beat everybody else because Tudor will now be able to go a Game 7 in L.A. should the series go that far. So with all that out of the way, Tudor winds and deals, ground ball to her. Tommy underhands it to Clark, 1 out. So here's Maldonado against Tudor. A walk and a strikeout 0 for 3. And again, no shame about this. Tudor is just that good. He threw 300 innings in the regular season. Fly ball right field. Back goes Landrum. Tito makes the catch. 2 out. It is 70 degrees. The wind's blowing out to left at 3. So a still night and a warm night for October. Here's Mike Marshall, 3 for 11 with an RBI in this NLCS. We're with you tomorrow at noon for Game 5. And there will be a Game 6 of the American League Championship Series, and that will either be Friday night or Saturday night. I have a lunch date Friday afternoon. Marshall line drive to Ozzie. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the first here in St. Louis. No score. So Jerry Royce, who on his own won 19 games, 33 starts, 19 and 8 with a 1.219 whip. And as Steve-O said, whip it good. A 2.96 ERA. He has not pitched in these playoffs. Jerry is 36 years old, fastball pitcher at 81. He hasn't pitched in 11 days. A 7-0 win over Atlanta. 8 innings, 4 hits, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts. So overall for Jerry, 231 in the third innings. 224 hits. 85 runs, 76 earned. 17 homers, 58 walks, and 100 strikeouts. Again, a veteran at 36, and that Bugs Bunny fastball tops out at 81. He's a ground ball pitcher. Now, here is the Cardinal lineup. Vince Coleman leading off in left field. Miraculously not run over by any stadium apparatus. Willie Mcgee bats second and plays center field. Tommy Herr will go third and play second. Jack Clark will cross wits and clean up at first. Tito Landrum, who looks so happy in that picture, is in right field. He and Andy Van Slyke are platooning in right. Terry Pendleton at third will bat sixth. Ozzie Smith, one more chance to make the fans go crazy at short, batting 7th. Tom Nieto, who I forgot to put his picture up, that's Darryl Porter. But trust me, it really is Tom Nieto behind the plate. Who was it? It was Gary Pettis. Had someone else pose on his baseball card one year. And John Tudor will bat 9th and pitch. Yeah, imagine a pitcher these days topping out at 81. Who was the last real soft tosser? Paul Bird? Defensively for the Dodgers, Carrero a 4 and a 5 in left. Maldonado a 3 and a 4 in center. Marshall a 3 and an 8 in right. Madlock a 4 at third. Duncan a 5 at second, or short. Sachs a 5 at second. Campbell, by the way, a 5 at first. Socha a 7 and a 6 behind the plate, and Royce a 7 range and a 9.29 fielding percentage. Coleman has not been all that good. 1 for 14, a single, and 1 stolen base. Dodgers playing back. Coleman squares. That's down. Socha throws to Sachs, 1 out. Brings up Willie McGee. That's true. Jamie Moyer, slower and slowest. And he pitched till he was almost 50. I think he was 49 when he retired, right? I mean, I'm 50. I couldn't throw Major League Baseball. Of course, I couldn't at 22 either. McGee 3 for 12 on the series. A homer and 3 RBI. Chopper up the middle. Sachs has it over to first. 2 out. So here's her. Tommy at 167. 2 for 12. 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. This has just been a well-pitched series all the way. Pitch to her. Base hit right center field. Marshall will pick it up. Sachs will field it, and Tommy will hold with a single. 2 out for Clark, who's 6 for 12. A double, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. It kind of, well, Ozzie's having a good series. It kind of figures that one of the better bats in the St. Louis lineup is the one player that doesn't run. Royce delivers. Clark hits one high and deep to left. Guerrero will turn and watch it go. It's gone. And the Cardinals jump out to a 2-0 lead. And with the way Tudor's going, that might be enough. There it is again. There wasn't a blessed thing Guerrero could do about it. Clark parked that one in the seats. That's a pick and a poke. He was beloved in Philly, Jamie Moyer. You knew he was going to give up 3, 4, or 5 runs, but he'd give you 6+ every 5th day. They always kept him in the ball games with that offense. He made 2 or 3 careers being a 3 and a 4 out of a rotation. Here's Landrum. He went 1 for 3 in game 1. Royce's pitch. High fly ball, left field. Back goes Guerrero, and it's 3-0 St. Louis. So a team that prides itself on speed has gone the Earl Weaver route. 2 homers in the first for the Cardinals. So here is Pendleton, 2 for 11 on the series with an RBI. Yep, just like we drew it up in the pregame production meeting. St. Louis is going to overpower L.A. Pitch to Pendleton. Here's a fly ball. Right center field. Maldonado is there, and that's the inning. But the Cardinals get a 2-run shot from Clark and a solo shot from Landrum. 3 runs, 3 hits, nobody left. After 1, no score. Okay, so you've given a guy with an earned run average of under 2 3 runs to play with. Here's Guerrero, 2 for 12, 167 with an RBI. He is grounded into a double play and struck out. Tudor starts the second with a fly ball left center field. McGee should track that one down. He does, 1 out. And Cedeno off the bench. Yep. I still don't we're 4 games into this series. I still don't have a handle on who's going to win it. Here's Madlock, 2 for 11, 182 with a stolen base and a walk. Tudor winds and deals. That's a base hit. And Madlock will hold with a single. So 1 out for Sachs, who moves up in the lineup. Steve is 5 for 10 on the series with a triple and an RBI. Tudor's pitch. Line drive to the Wizard. Leaping catch. Throws to first. A double off Madlock. Dodgers get a hit and then make the mistake. Bottom of the second, 3-0 St. Louis. So it'll be Ozzie Smith, who's 5 for 11 on the series with a triple and 2 RBI. Royce starts the second with a line drive to third, 1 out. How you doing, Big Dave? So here's Nieto. Tom 0 for 4 and struck out twice in game 1. This will probably be the same lineup for St. Louis tomorrow with Fernando on the hill. Nieto laces one over Campbell. Marshall will pick it up. And again, they're getting offense from the people who can't run. So here's Tudor. John 0 for 4 in game 1. He struck out twice and scored. Going to swing away here. Fly ball to left field. Guerrero coming in. Rides a Schwinn. Makes the catch. Nieto goes back to first. 2 out for Coleman, who's 0 for 1. Royce, an opening 9 of 31 pitches. Inning and 2/3. But somehow gave up 2 home runs. A 2-run shot to Clark and a solo shot to Landrum. Pitch to Coleman. Line drive left center field. Guerrero picks it up. Nieto will hold at second. And the Cardinals ate their oatmeal this morning. Here's McGee. He's 0 for 1. It apparently was not a fun flight back east for the Blue Jays. With 2 chances in Anaheim to put the thing away, they didn't do it. And so it'll be, we'll double check, but it should be either Jim Clancy or Jimmy Key in game 6. Presumably against Ron Romanek. So the Angels have played well the last 2 games. Pitch to Willie. Runners on first and second. Walked him and they're loaded. So here's her. Tommy singled and scored in the first. Royce doesn't have much tonight. Then again, with Tudor, how much do you worry about that? Pitch to her. There's a little looper that's going to get down in center field. Nieto will score. Coleman will round third. Maldonado's throw goes in the infield, and it's now 5-0 St. Louis. So, Mr. Howard, how long do I stick with Royce? Yeah, Game 6 just might be the series. Here's Clark. Jack, a 2-run homer in the first inning. McGee on second, her on first. 5-0 Cardinals here in the second inning. Ground ball to third. Madlock sacks for 1. And no throw to first. And that will retire the side. But St. Louis puts on 2. And with 3 hits and no errors. After 2 in Game 4, 5-0 Cardinals. So here's Scioscia. Mike 5 for 10. A double and a home run. Struck him out. First for Tudor. He struck out 6 in Game 1. So here's Campbell. Enos 0 for 2 and grounded into a double play. To third, Pendleton on a hard hop for the out. Yeah, if it was anybody but Tudor, let's see what the computer does with Royce here, you'd think about it. But considering that Tudor is dealing, you don't want to burn your pen. You have no off day tomorrow, which will be Game 5. And at worst, you're going to be tied at 2. Royce, a 135 hitter on the real season. Strikes out, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Yep, my goodness is right. Tudor dealing again. Bottom 3, 5-0 St. Louis. And Brad, it was a 2-run shot by Clark and a solo shot from Landrum. Tito down 2 for 4 in this LCS. Royce pretty much now in relief of himself as we start the third. Landrum with a base hit left side. And that's the 7th Cardinal hit. Here's Pendleton. He's 0 for 1. Yep, sounds like the 2015 cards, not 1985. It's like Jim McMahon throwing for 300 with the Bears. Yeah, let's see how many of those 125 pitches he actually can throw. If he can settle down, sure. But in the next inning or two with runners on, yeah, you got to think about it. Pendleton's 0 for 1. Terry ground ball to first. Campbell just takes it to the bag himself for the out. Landrum goes to second. Ozzie Smith is 0 for 1. Landrum on second. The Wizard into right field. That's going to drop. Is Tito going to round third? Marshall with a bad play. First and third, and 1 out for Nieto. For Royce, I mean, all hands on deck for a possible Game 7. But this figures to be his only appearance. Ground ball to Duncan. Might be 2. Landrum comes home. Sacks for 1. No throw to first. Well, the throw was late. This series is 2-1 Dodgers, but 6-0 St. Louis in the third. So I think we just might assume it'll be even going into Game 5. But you never know. Tudor's 0 for 1. Into right center, Maldonado is there. And that will retire the side. Cardinals playing 3-2-1 contact. A run on 2 hits and no errors. After 3, 6-0 St. Louis. So Tudor, his opening 9 on 36 pitches. 3 hits, or 3 innings. 1 hit, and he was doubled off. And then struck out 2. Duncan is 0 for 1. Madlock has the only hit. Madlock has the only hit. Right back up the box, throw to first, 1 out. If you want to look at it the other way, the Cardinals need to figure out how to win a game that John Tudor doesn't pitch. Maldonado is 0 for 1. Tandy swings, ground ball, base hit up the middle. What was Tudor's ERA for the year? 1.76. He threw 11 shutouts and 25 complete games. And his whip was 8.86. Yeah. In August, he went 6-0 with an earned run average of 84. And in May, he went 5-0 with an ERA of .71. Here's Marshall. He's 0 for 1. The wife is forcing you to sit through The Masked Singer. I'm not on that show. So just listen on your headphones and nod accordingly. Tudor's pitch. Marshall with a base hit into left center field. Coleman will cut it off. So the Dodgers got something cooking here in the fourth. Here's Guerrero. He's 0 for 1. Pitch from Tudor. Petey hits one up the middle. Ozzie Smith takes it to the bag himself for 1. Throws to Clark for the double play. So 6-3 and the side is retired. The Dodgers get 2 hits. And no errors. After 3.5, it's 6-0 St. Louis. Is that what she's doing now? I remember when she posed for Klingon Ships Illustrated. The collective IQ in the room drops 20 points the minute Jenny McCarthy comes on screen. Yep. So Royce opening 18-6. She's still posing. She's got to be my age, right? 3 innings for Jerry, 65 pitches through 18 batters, 8 hits, the 2 homers, her and Clark. 20's generous, says Tribe fan. And a walk for Royce. Jenny is like a cute puppy until she tinkles on the floor. If there are any Jenny McCarthy fans watching on YouTube, so sorry. So Coleman 1 for 2 with a run scored. Ground ball to third. Madlock has to pick it up. Hard throw to first. Coleman's running, but he's out. John, that was probably the last time anyone wanted to see Jenny McCarthy. Was in the late 90s in Atlanta. How's the eye doing? John had eye surgery. Hopefully he's doing well. Here's Willie Mcgee. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. There are times that this live chat kind of turns into late 80s, early 90s, late night weekend talk show. Here's the pitch to Mcgee. There's a line drive over Madlock for a base hit. There's a guy on WBZ radio. I'm not reading that one, Matt. That would do the all-night show on the weekends, and they would just kind of chat about whatever. And so every once in a while, his name was Norm Nathan. And he would get callers and just talk about whatever people want to talk about sober on a Friday night. And, if someone called up, Nam, I had my cataract surgery the other day. That's what this chat has kind of devolved into. Tommy Herr is 2 for 2. He has singled twice, driven in 2, and scored. John was greatly attracted to her after she appeared in a wink, wink, nudge, nudge magazine. She can make a Klingon ship cloak, that's for sure. Mcgee on first, 1 out. Herr goes 3 for 3 as he punches that one in the left. Soon it will be get off my lawn chat. Mcgee not going to run on Guerrero. Let me know when you want Royce gone, okay? Jack Clark 1 for 2. A 2-run homer. Now has 3 RBI on the LCS. Jerry deals. Struck him out. Royce heard me talking and got him to look at a 2-2 curve. So here's Landrum. What's going on now? Okay. So Tito 2 for 2. A solo shot and 2 runs scored. Runners on first and second. Landrum a ground ball to Duncan. Mariano flips to Sachs. And that should retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. After 4, 6-0 St. Louis. Your eye's doing okay, you just need time for it to heal. Well, that's what we're here for. Mr. Howard says, is that a proton torpedo, or are you just glad to see me? Scotty, I don't go that way, so it's a proton torpedo. So Madlock, Sachs, and Scioscia. If I can act like Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino, I'm fine with being old, says Todd. Now get off my lawn. Madlock singled his first time up. Base hit. So the Dodgers have had more luck off of Tudor tonight than they did in Game 1. But they need to string them together. Sachs is 0 for 1. Tudor pitch popped up left side. Pendleton by the pins makes the catch. 1 out. I hope Brad's wife isn't listening to this, and hopefully she's listening to the Masked Singer instead. You were quoting Miss McCarthy. Oh. Here's Scioscia. He struck out his first time up. No, I'm not going there. I have a reputation to uphold. Pitch to Scioscia. There's a chopper to third. Pendleton's got it. He's going to go across the way. And is Scioscia going to beat this out? No. On a bang banger. Madlock too fast. It goes to second. Here's Campbell, who's 0 for 1. To third again. Second verse. Same, maybe as the first. Campbell's running. They didn't get him. And that's an infield hit. And now we will... Someone's wife is not an RSN viewer, but then again, she wouldn't be caught dead on a Fortnite stream. Her daughter is a champion of Fortnite, but she wouldn't be caught dead. All right, we're going to pinch hit. Who can hit a lefty? Bill Russell? Seems like the obvious choice to me. I'm not seeing it or hearing any objection. Going once. Going twice. Sold. We'll let the computer pick the reliever here. So Russell had a big pinch hit and a walk in one of the games in LA, Game 2. But first and third here, 2 out in the top of the 5th. Dodgers trying to at least put some pressure on Tudor here in Game 4. Bill Russell can rebound, but don't know about pinch hitter. Wrong stream. Pitch to Russell. He walked. So that'll bring up Duncan. Mariano 0 for 2. Tudor's opening 18, 4 2/3, 5 hits. A walk and 2 strikeouts. 66 pitches. Make sure that the Dodgers are set correctly. They are. So they're loaded. This is the best chance the Dodgers have had against Tudor in a game and a half. From the stretch, Ground ball, base hit. They got to him. Madlock will score. Campbell will do what? McGee is pretty shallow. Campbell's going to try and score. The throw to Nieto is not in time. And it's 6-2. So runners on the corners for Maldonado. So they've actually touched Tudor here in the fifth. Candy is 1 for 2 with a single. Runners on first and third, 2 out. Tudor winds and deals into center field. McGee will make the catch, but the Dodgers at least have something. Bobby Castillo coming in. We'll tell you about him after the break. Halfway home in game 4, 6-2 St. Louis. So if you joined us late, here's how we got here. St. Louis jumped on Jerry Royce early and often. Jack Clark, a 2-run homer in the first to make it 2-0 St. Louis. And then Tito Landrum a solo shot to make it 3-0. And to add insult to injury, Tommy Herr with a 2-run single in the second made it 5-0. In the third, Tom Nieto with a fielder's choice to make it 6-0. And just a moment ago, Mariano Duncan with the bases loaded played a 2 on a single to make it 6-2. In John's replay, Tudor went 16 innings and had an ERA of 1.13 in the NLCS. Lost his second start. Dodgers 1-6. Still might happen here. So Royce is done. 10 hits through 4. And not a good performance. Tudor has been human. 6 hits through 5 and 2 runs, a walk and 2 strikeouts. Bobby Castillo has 95 potential pitches. He made 5 starts on the replay. 4-1 with an earned run average of 1.10, a whip of 1.101, and an ERA of 2.74. Isn't it? Yeah, it is Luigi. How about that? The Cards bullpen blew a second start. Ouch. He hasn't pitched in 11 days, and his last time he went more than 2 innings was September 10th. So 69 innings for Bobby, 40 hits, 22 runs, 21 earned, 9 homers. He walked 36, struck out 64, 4-1 with a 2.74 ERA, and his nickname is Robert, which chances are is a name on his birth certificate. Terry Pendleton is 0 for 2. Castillo winds and deals, and Pendleton draws the walk. So here's the Wizard. Ozzie is 1 for 2, and now hitting 6 for 13 on the series. Throw to first. Pendleton is picked off. Campbell reached over and tagged him, and there's 1 out. Ozzie, ground ball to Duncan on the dirt over the first, 2 out. So little mental errors here and there. The Dodgers have at least cracked the door open. And as Sign Mine and I were talking about during the ALCS game today, this really is a must-win for St. Louis. If Tudor loses this or the bullpen blows it, the Dodgers go up 3-1. Nieto is 1 for 2. He will stay in the ball game. has an RBI and a run scored. Castillo winds and deals. Ground ball to Sachs over to first, and that will retire the side. Cardinals, no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the sixth at 6-2. St. Louis. By the way, just in case anyone wondered, St. Louis is allowing goats in the stands. Just saying. Mike Marshall, 1 for 2. Now 4 for 13 on the series. Tudor starts the sixth with a fly ball to shallow right center. McGee rides the Schwinn, 1 out. Guerrero is 0 for 2. Tudor's pitch. Right back up the box. Ozzie Smith, a diving stop, throws to first for the play. 2 out. No, you're goats, Scott. Yeah, Wilt's there to see Bill Russell in his 50s play shortstop for the Dodgers. Here's Madlock. Bill is 2 for 2. Singled twice and scored in the 5th. Again up the box. Again over the mound. Ozzie cuts it off. Throws. Not in time. So Madlock is 3 for 3. Here's Sachs. He's 0 for 2. Tudor's pitch. Base hit left field. So the Dodgers are timing Tudor better. And if you look at what Steve did on 3 days rest last night, pitchers on 3 days rest in the playoffs haven't done all that well. Although for Tudor, it's still pretty okay. So 2 out for Scioscia, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. First and second, 2 out. Tudor deals. Scioscia into right field. Landrum will pick it up. Madlock will round third, maybe. Yes, and score. And so it's 6-3. And here's Enos, who was 1 for 2. He has singled and scored. And he is now the tying run. They're pretty impressive at Madlock's age, yeah. So Tudor not going to go the distance in this one. Nieto goes to have a chat. Tudor's pitch struck him out. So the Dodgers, however, get a run on 3 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th of game 4. It is the Cardinals 6, the Dodgers 3. So Tudor will bat. Yeah, if the Cards can't win for Tudor, this series is done. And who would have thought that potentially that this series would have ended before the Angels and the Blue Jays? Tudor's 0 for 2. He's going to bat. Castillo rocks and deals, struck him out. So here's Coleman. Vince is 1 for 3. He has singled and scored. Little ground ball to Sachs. 2 out. Yeah, no one in Ontario thought that. Yep, Madlock's career stats are impressive. A lot like Bill Buckner and Al Oliver. The sad thing is, in the ALCS, if the Blue Jays win, Rod Carew's career is over. And if the Angels win, Al Oliver's career is over. Here's McGee. Willie 1 for 2 with a walk. 2 out, bottom of the 6th. Castillo deals. Base hit right field. So 2 out for her, who has had himself a day. He is 3 for 3. He has singled thrice. Driven in 2 and scored once. Throw to first. McGee is back, and now you steal. There goes McGee. The throw down to Duncan, and Willie is safe. So the Cardinals use that speed and a one-strike count to her. Tommy swings, right field, Marshall in the corner. Mike is there to make the catch, and that will retire the side. Don't know what they'll do with Castillo. No runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the 7th in St. Louis at still 6-3 Cards. So no fatigue warning for Tudor. With nobody out or nobody on, I mean, Castillo pitch-wise can stay in the ball game. Cardinals, who were up 6-0 in the third, have had that lead chipped away. Bob Baylor will pinch hit. Bob 1 for 2 in the series, a single and a run scored. Tudor starts the 7th with a ground ball to third. Pendleton across the way. 1 out for Duncan, who's 1 for 3. So 27 batters for Tudor, 105 pitches, 6 1/3, 9 hits. So human tonight. 3 earned runs, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Duncan, who was it that said could hit lefties well? Someone gets a cookie, because he's driven in 2 on that single, and I believe that came in the 5th. Pitch to Mariano. He drops one down and will reach. Oh, boy. Cutting in. It's an error. It's an error. It's not a single, so it's a bunt and an E2. So Nieto threw it away, and Duncan doesn't move on. So Tudor just kind of glares out there at Nieto. Here's Maldonado. Candy 1 for 3. First error of the ball game for St. Louis. Pitch to Maldonado. Base hit left field. Coleman will pick it up, and the tying run is at the plate. And Mike Marshall. Tudor tells the pitching coach, "Get your tushy out of here." So first and second, 1 out. And the tying run is Marshall. He hit 28 on the real year, 26 in the replay. And 1 against St. Louis. They owned him. So first and second, 1 out. Pitch to Marshall. He walked him. For Guerrero, who's done nothing all day, he is 0 for 3. I'm tempted to pull him. I'm open for thoughts here. He's given up 10 hits and 2 walks in 6 1/3. This is dangerous because that Cardinal pen isn't all that good. The first 91-year-old William Shatner. Did he do Rocket Man? That is incredible. So what do I do with Tudor here? Does he pitch? Or does he get yanked, Brad? The tying run is Marshall. The go-ahead run is Guerrero. And they're saying to leave him in. So Nieto puts down the finger. Well, he's gonna go talk to Tudor. Guerrero up the middle, might be 2. Smith, her for 1, Clark for 2. And Tudor gets out of it. Goodness gracious, Buffy St. Marie. Stretch time 6-3 St. Louis. I mean, the temptation was to leave him in, John. Absolutely. But you got the insurance, but Tudor, boy. Yes, there are some great managers in chat. Dennis Powell is 22 years old. He's a fly ball plus pitcher, fastball at 90, hasn't pitched in 8 days. 30 innings in the regular season, 36 hits, 21 runs, 17 earned. 4 homers, he's walked 13, struck out 20, went 0-2 in the replay with an ERA of 5.10. Against the Cardinals, 2 appearances, an inning and 2/3, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, a walk and a strikeout. So it's a lefty, and so it's a righty lineup. Here's Clark, 1 for 3, a 2-run shot in the first, made it 2-0. What did William Shatner sing? Pitch to Clark, line drive to Madlock, 1 out. So here's Landrum, 2 for 3, a solo homer and a single. 3 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. They left on, he sang Puttin' on the Ritz. Dressed like $1 million trooper. Trying hard to look like Gary Cooper. Super duper. 6 runs, 11 hits, and an error for St. Louis, and they've left on 6. Oh, he is. He's always been a ham. And I can't sing, so dressed like $1 million trooper. Trying hard to look like Gary Cooper. Super duper. There. Landrum. Line drive to Sachs for the out. Here's Pendleton. He's 0 for 2 with the walks. That wasn't Vinny. Well, I feel like I'm doing some sort of audition tape now for Saturday Night Live. Pitch to Pendleton. Terry swings into left center field. Guerrero will field that. And that's a hit for St. Louis. Here's Ozzie. Ozzie 1 for 3 with a single. I can't imagine Vinny doing that, can you? What is this? A samurai broadcast booth? Todd says, the only Rich Shatner can put on at his age is the only Rich Shatner can put on at his age is crackers and cheese. The spray kind you find at Safeway. All right, Smith off the plate. Ozzie's 1 for 3. Pendleton on first. Ozzie swings. That's a base hit into right center field. Maldonado will pick it up. And the Cardinals, surprisingly enough, really do need an insurance run here. Pendleton goes to third. A 91-year-old man was dressed as a knight in shining armor, riding a rubber ducky. And Todd, the king of the one-liner, said, of course it was. So first and third for Nieto. Tom is 1 for 3, a single, an RBI, and a run scored. Throw to first. I had 14 people watching this at one point. Just saying. 2 out. Here's the pitch. Liner right field. That's going to drop. Pendleton will score. Ozzie will hold at second. 2 out. And now, I guess you pinch hit for Tudor. He's done his job. We lost 3 after all the Shatner talk. What was his family? 4,251 today for the Mariners at the A's. Wow. So who can hit a lefty? You asked for him. Here he is, Cedeno. Cedeno walked and struck out in the series. He's 0 for 1. First and second, 2 out, 8th inning. Or 7th inning. Cardinals have a run in. Gets away from Scioscia and everybody moves up 90. So a 1-1 count. Cedeno to short, Duncan over to Campbell, and that will retire the side. Tudor's day is done. It's a 4-run lead. We're going to start with Bill Campbell. I'd get a bigger turnout than the A's. So no defensive changes. Campbell is 0-1 in this series. He blew game 2. Inning 3, hits and a strikeout. Campbell, 37, a fastball pitcher at 85, and a ground ball pitcher. Went 3-0 on the replay with 2 saves. And an earned run average of 240. You know, at least the Queen just had a marmalade sandwich with a fake character. Just saying. So Madlock is 3 for 3 as we focus back here. He has singled 3 times and scored twice. And again, Campbell's is trying to get a couple outs to get to Todd Worrell. Won't get Madlock, who's 4 for 4. That's in the left field for a single. So here's Sack. Steve is 1 for 3 with a single. Madlock on first. Campbell's pitch. That's a single. Oh, my goodness. So the Cardinal bullpen has been an absolute mess as Mcgee drops the ball. Mcgee dropped it, and everybody moves up 90. So a single and an error for Sacks. And here's Scioscia. Nobody out. Fouled off the mask of Dieto, and the count is 0-1. So, a tense outing here in St. Louis in the top of the 8th. 2 on, nobody out. It's Todd Worrell, but he only has 25 pitches. So I was hoping that Campbell could retire somebody, and then I could go to Worrell. Pitch to Scioscia. He will retire Scioscia. Clark has it. They'll take the Shore out at first. Madlock scores. Sacks on third. 1 away. Is Fox thinking that no one under the age of 70 is watching the show? Eric Idle? Always look on the bright side of life. Do-do, 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 do-do. Here's Campbell. He's 1 for 3 with a run scored. Is that what he's saying? The whole audience, none of whom are likely 40, are dead silent. No idea what he's saying. That's great. That's great. You see, Shatner should have sang Rocket Man. Pitch and Len Matuzik's going no. We'll stick with Campbell. I like that one. Ground ball to Campbell. Throws to Clark. What's Sack's going to do? There's 2 out and a runner on third. And we'll wait to see who they pinch hit for Powell here, who's clearly not going to bat. And with that, now you can bring in Worrell for 4 outs. But first, now it's Len Matuzik. Lenny, 0 for 1 in the series. He sang that as his goodbye song. Oh, what Beatles saying did Fox have to pay for? So Idle asks Paul McCartney for permission to sing a song, and McCartney said, "What show is it you're doing this for?" And apparently Jean-Claude Van Damme wasn't available. Todd Worrell is. He's coming on to close this out. He faced one batter and retired him. 9 appearances in the replay. Did not get a save. Idle then drops the bomb. I'm on the Masked Singer, and McCartney goes, "Oh, good. I'll avoid it then." It was last night that Worrell faced a batter and threw 4 pitches. So runner on third for Matuszek, who's 0 for 1. Worrell's pitch, got him. A run, 2 hits, and an error, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 7-4 St. Louis. Ken Howell coming in to pitch. 2 innings of relief, I think it was in game 1. A hit, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. Ken is 25. Fastball at 95, and it was indeed game 1. And their 5-0 loss to Tudor. Coleman 1 for 4. He has singled and scored. Jenny worked on the Lego Masters, where we'll construct a defense for the Jays. Jenny worked for MTV. I'm sure someone might have clued her in that they were bands from England. Pitch to Coleman. Finn strikes out, so 1 out for McGee, who's 2 for 3. A walk and a stolen base and 2 singles. Yeah, holy cow, holy angels. A 2-run shot from Clark and a solo shot from Landrum. Pitch to McGee. Willie, left center. Maldonado has it for the out. First MTV and now Fox. Poor Jenny can't fill out an application to any job where the employer's name is more than 3 letters. Send your cards and letters too. 2 out for her. Tommy is 3 for 4 with 2 RBI. Cardinals offense has 14 hits in this one. Dodgers have 12. 7 for the score. Struck him out. So we go to the top of the 9th. It'll be Duncan, Maldonado, maybe, and Marshall to face Worrell. So the Dodgers need 3 to tie and 4 to go ahead. Duncan 1 for 4. Had a 2-run single in the 5th. And they will pinch hit Greg Brock. Brock is 1 for 11 on the series with 3 strikeouts. Worrell's pitch. Struck him out. So here's Maldonado. Candy 2 for 4. He has singled twice. Let's see if the Dodgers go to their bench again. Kenny Landreau will pinch hit. And it's just slightly better. Worrell's pitch. Landreau laces one to center, and McGee makes the catch, 2 out. So last chance saloon. And this series is 1 out away for a return to Los Angeles. Here's Marshall, 1 for 3 with a walk. So the Dodgers huffed and they puffed, and they took some of the shine off of John Tudor's armor. Pitch to Marshall, who homers. Long drive, left field. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's 7-5. So 2 out, Guerrero, and if Guerrero should reach, Madlock is 4 for 4 today. Worrell, they would go with Lottie if Guerrero would reach. Worrell winds and deals. He draws the walk. The tying run is at the plate in Bill Madlock. And Whitey's got to get him because he's out of pitches. And now you got to trust that the bullpen can actually do something. Lottie's 29. Yeah, you gotta. It's the righty versus righty. Fastball at 89 and a standard pitcher. He really couldn't get anybody out in game 2. He didn't get the loss for it. He gave up 3 hits and a run. He faced one batter last night and retired him on 1 pitch. So in the series, 1 inning, 3 hits and a run. He just needs to face one tonight, too. The odds just went up for Madlock, who was 4 for 4. He's now 6 for 15 on the series. Someone want to give Scotty the resuscitator? So Madlock the tying run at the plate. And somewhere, Tom Niedenfuer is having a good chuckle. Lottie kicks and fires. Struck him out. The Cardinals win. The series is tied at 2. The Cardinals win this one 7-5. And they had it all the way. So 7 runs, 14 hits, no error, or 2 errors for the Cardinals. The Dodgers, 5 runs, 13 hits, and no errors, and they leave on 9. That was a good one. Indeed. So, I guess we go with Clark as your MVP. He had the big homer. No lead is safe, and this series is tied. And the Dodgers, again, they'll concede the games to Tudor, who's 2-0 now in this series. If they win anything else, Jerry Royce had a poor night. And boy, do they want those 4 innings back now. 10 hits, 6 runs all earned. The homers to Clark and Landrum. Castillo, Powell, and Howell, that sounds like a law firm, went 5 innings of 1-run, 4-hit ball. Tudor, not great tonight. 7 innings, 10 hits, 3 runs all earned. And, of course, if this goes to 7, it's Johnny Holstaff. Campbell nearly gave it away. Worrell nearly gave it away. And Lottie picked up the save. So, as we kind of expected before the game, Worrell could have gone 34 pitches. Are you expecting Whitey to get drunk in the dugout? So that's today's doubleheader. Let's set up the pitching matchups for tomorrow, or the pitching matchup for tomorrow. Come on. You can do this. I know you can. So Game 5 in St. Louis will feature Fernando Valenzuela. They could go with Hershiser, too. All right, Mr. Howard, who do you want in Game 5? You got 2 choices here. You got Fernando on full rest and Hershiser on 3 days rest. I'm tempted to do... my thought was Fernando and then Hershiser for Game 6 to maybe put the series away. Yep, Fernando is the call. So Fernando gets the call for the Dodgers. And for St. Louis, it's going to be, well, again, I got 2 choices, Andujar or Forsch. Yeah, Fernando's who I would go with. My thought was Forsch. And Andujar would be on full rest for Game 6. There was something in the air that night. The stars were bright. Fernando. They were shining for you and me. For Farmer John Fernando. All right, so Forsh, yeah, that's what I thought. So Forsh and Fernando tomorrow at noon. I came up with that song when I was a kid. There was something in the air that night. The stars were bright, Fernando. And so for Game 6 of the American League Championship Series, again, I have company Friday, so it'll either be Friday night or Saturday night. When Vin was a kid, they were still singing By the Light of the Silvery Moon. Yep. The options are for California, Romantic. There's no way in purgatory I'm throwing Slayton in an elimination game. And it will be, wow, really? And Jim Clancy. No, it'll be Romantic. McCaskill pitched well in his game. So Clancy trying to hold on, and then goodness gracious, Buffy St. Marie, are they really going to have to go with Jimmy Key in game 7? Of course. Wow. So yet Clancy trying to avoid a Johnny Holstaff game. All right, that'll do. I'm Ron Juckett. We'll talk to you tomorrow for a pivotal Game 5. Fernando and Bob Forsh. We'll see you then. This one was fun. We'll talk to you tomorrow for Just a Singleton. Good night, everybody.